Alright, so we're pretty much at the end of this story quest, and I ran out of time. I've already recorded what feels like probably 10 videos by now. But, so Renova is the ruler of death, and I'm trying to figure out, is she the unknown god or no? I don't think so.
It is still not enough. All this can do is give my people courage. It will not see us through a true catastrophe. If you are to make the Natlanese alone bear the consequences of a broken world, you will have to bring more to the bargaining table.
You are the greediest human I have ever met, and the fiercest negotiator. No other would seriously ask to borrow my power. My domain is death, and its power comes at a great price. The question is, are you prepared to pay?
I need that power. Only a hero can truly wield it, and heroes are not afraid of dying.
No, a fear of death is ingrained in all living things. If the wielder of this power cannot conquer their fear, countless innocent lives will be claimed in their stead. For only then can the price be paid. Those are the rules.
Mine is a nation that will not yield to the abyss. And it will certainly not yield to your rules. As their culture and civilization is transmitted through the generations and their faith grows, the people will go from strength to strength and reach heights that even I cannot dream of.
Very well. I shall agree to help you. But I am merely a shade, and I do not have as much freedom to do as I please as you might think.
Then what do you propose?
Keep this a secret. If I am questioned about it, I will deny all involvement and claim that treacherous Xilonen stole my power.
That will not be a problem. Thank you. I am glad we could reach an agreement.
No, when they said he stole the flame, maybe he really didn't. It's kind of making sense.
Come in. As you know, I've asked you to come here to discuss the task of wiping out the Abyss. Oh, but first, any progress on the ancient name?
I received a gift from the Lord of the Night.
I'm surprised she was willing to help you, and by extension me. I'm very grateful to her.
Wait, hold on! Wasn't the whole point of the ancient names for winning that huge battle? Why would the Traveler still need one by this point?
Because she wants me to join her in the final battle.
That's right. The Abyss has retreated to the depths of the Night Kingdom, a place that has long since been corrupted by abyssal energy. If we don't finish them off and restore the ley lines, the threat they pose to Natlan will remain. The battle we fought yesterday, we may one day have to fight again. This is the fate Natlan has always been resigned to. For thousands of years, we have struggled on the brink of a looming darkness and never known true peace. But this time, I want to break the cycle and free us from this fate for good. With the sacred flame, I can protect myself from the abyssal corruption, but beyond that, you are the only other person who can resist it. If your ancient name can't be forged, I will go alone. But if it can, I'd really love your help.
Is the Ode of Resurrection working again?
Not completely. After all, the Night Kingdom is still plagued by abyssal corruption. But when I used the power of the Divine Throne, it dispelled a lot of that corruption. Plus, your ancient name is a special case, so the Lord of the Night will take special care of you. In short, the Ode of Resurrection still has a number of limitations, but I can promise that it will work reliably on you.
Sounds like I'm your only option anyway. Jeez. Good, then I will join you.
Whoa! Are we forgetting something here? What about Paimon? What's her place in all this?
You'll need to stay behind.
What? You mean we'll be separated?
The Abyss is extremely devious. If you two go there together, you can bet they'll make Paimon their primary target just to put us in an impossible position.
Paimon wasn't that worried, but now she's petrified. What will you do without me?
I'll be a complete mess, I'm sure. But only for a short time.
Okay, well, Paimon needs to think about this because You're really asking a lot of her, but... Give Paimon some time and she'll do her best to rise to the challenge.
I greatly appreciate it. Everyone in Natlan knows how important this final battle is. You will be remembered and revered long into the future, until the end of time. If you have any other questions, please ask away. As I've said, if you have any other questions, please ask away. False sky. I have heard this expression before, but I think this was the first proof of its existence. I think there's a lot of investigating to be done to understand what the fragments behind the sky are and why they were hidden in the first place. However, from what the Adventurers Guild tells me, neither the split sky phenomenon nor the fragments have ever been observed in any other nation. My guess is that the Heavenly Principles wants them kept a secret. I just hope they don't cause me any trouble over it.
Oh, you should be fine. We did something much crazier back in Fontaine. We're still here.
Well, that's good to know. Anyway, the line I'm going with for the masses is astronomical anomaly. And I don't expect much of a backlash. Meanwhile, we can look into it at our own pace. As I've said, if you have any other questions, please ask away. That wasn't their souls we saw, but a snapshot of them in time. All of the work of the ancient name engravers 500 years ago, who made some special modifications to their names. Their souls returned to the Night Kingdom long ago, and will have been reborn in Natlan since, albeit in a different form. For all we know, they may have already lived many new lives by now, and so, even though we will never meet again, they will always be by our side in one way or another. I think that gives another layer of meaning to the phrase, no one fights alone. As I've said, if you have any other questions, please ask. We have a temporary alliance, but I can tell that saving Natlan is not his only goal.
Yeah, Paimon still doesn't get why saving Natlan would be so important to him in the first place. Unless he's just a good guy and he wants to avoid another Conrad. But somehow Paimon doubts it's that simple.
I wouldn't worry too much. Based on all the interactions we've had with him and knowing more about his background, I have a lot of respect for him. I don't think he has any ill intentions. No, we should focus on the final battle. As I've said, if you have any other... The work of rebuilding is underway, and people are flocking to join the effort. With everyone rallying together, I'm sure it won't be long before there's no trace left of the damage done by this war. The healing process, on the other hand, that's a bigger obstacle to overcome. Many are grieving, and there's simply no replacing the ones we lost. As the sun rises once more and we rediscover the ability to believe in the future, we must never forget their sacrifice. As I've said, if you have any other questions, please ask.
Yeah, we gotta get Paimon to let us leave. Man, I've come a long way. I usually record these all in one session. I have to be at least 10 or 11 by now.
The Outlander with deep ties to this land returns. And this time, he is alone.
The power that the Pyro used to strike back at the Abyss came from the ruler of death. From what I know of her rules, she will demand death in return.
How you know this? I see. So, the ruler of death sent you on a long journey.
Natlan still has a final battle to fight, and I too have a final foe to face, for the sake of those countless lost souls. And I hope for Natlan's future. I need your help.
Oh no. The Outlander, are they talking about my brother? Like he's returned alone. I still think that maybe Aether's being controlled by Dane's brother. And maybe that's who they're talking about. Maybe it's Dane. Where they're saying who returned alone. 'Cause he's an Outlander too. Huh? Yeah. So there is more to it. Why am I here? Yeah. Alright. It's a little slow. Yeah. Okay. This is weird. May the wild grant you peace, and may songs be sung of your life's journey. What follows is a list of names of the deceased, dense as a forest, written by those who mourn them. You see many a familiar name on it. We give thanks for the gifts of your life and ours, and we look forward to meeting you again one day in a world of wonder and beauty. Alright. Did I use that one? Yeah, I guess it went through. What am I at? Yeah. Well, we still have this. Yeah, I kind of figured they were going to make us wait a while. Because they did release 2 chapters. Well, 2 sections, I should say.
Xilonen! Good thing you're here. I'm wondering if I can...
She's asleep.
The shelf on the left, second row down, first X on the right. That one's yours. And the garden hoe belongs to Ignal, and the hammer is Bakal, so make sure you take the one that's yours.
I haven't even said why I'm here. But looks like you're about to head out for a break.
Yes, but I am going to take it right here. The temperature is just perfect today.
Really? But doesn't it feel a lot hotter than usual? I really don't want to stay out in this heat.
Exactly. In hot weather like this, customers don't tend to stick around and talk when they're coming to place orders or pick up the goods.
I see. Oh, here comes another customer. I'll just leave you to it then, and pick up my ass.
Sure, sounds good to me.
She looks so tired.
Hey, Xilonen!
Oh my god, what is this angle, dude? How is she moving like that?
Oh, Traveler, Paimon! We meet again. You two seem to be in good spirits. How's your Pilgrim's Chronicle been? Run into any issues?
No, everything's fine.
Oh, good. It was also my first time receiving a Pilgrim's Chronicle. Even though I've already turned it over to you, there are still a lot of things that could go wrong, so I wasn't sure if there'd be any issues.
Huh? What are the chances that something might still go wrong?
Well, less than the chances of Mualani accidentally falling off a spirit way, I'd say.
Oh, that definitely would never happen.
I found the Xilonen. Thanks a lot. By the way, Nitchka's birthday's coming up real soon. Are you planning to visit her?
I've prepared a gift, and was just getting ready to take it to her.
You're
You're not planning on giving the kid a full set of pliers again, are you? Or, let me guess, woodworking tools?
You'd give these kinds of things as birthday gifts? I like a set, where can I buy one? Ha!
Yeah, that's right. Flowers will wither and toys will break and snacks are quickly forgotten once they're eaten. But a set of durable work tools will always stay with you and get you through many sticky situations. Well, still, I won't be giving Nichka any tools this year. She wrote me a letter saying that she'd like a copy of To Kill the Brave. The book is not what you call a bestseller, but luckily, I have a few copies in my collection. They were really old editions that were published a long time ago, but they should still be readable.
They're 50 years old.
Children her age love fairy tales. The last time I was at Xilonen, I even brought Nichka... Wait. What did I bring her again? It must have been her favorite thing, but... why can't I remember it anymore?
Oh, it is quite hot today. Seems you're about to pass out from the heat. Do you even remember your own name?
My memory can't be this bad. It's just these last few days. I've been forgetting things for some odd reason.
Well, in that case, why don't you use the Blaze Gem inscription you have as a memo to engrave some important things to remember? After all, that inscription will never wear out. And it's easy to carry. I'd say that's quite a fitting use for it.
You do have a point, but my inscription is almost ready for you.
Did you include all your relatives' names too? Your name is that long?
No. I engraved some wishes on my Blaze Gem inscription. You know, just some dreams that I have for the future, and things I'd like to accomplish one day. Even though Trassolia said that from an aesthetic point of view, it would be best for people to keep their inscription short, this Blaze Gem inscription was still made by a name engraver, the forger of ancient names themselves. Everyone thinks that the inscription she made might have some wondrous powers.
So you've been scribbling a bunch of shit all over it, okay.
So, many people who bought Blaze Gem inscriptions engraved their wishes and dreams on them, in hopes that they would come true.
Sounds kinda like a wish granter.
Sounds more like a fountain that you throw useless money into that does nothing.
But if you do that, won't everyone be able to see your wishes and dreams?
Yeah, that could get a little embarrassing. I was just wondering the same thing. Yeah, like, what if you write something stupid like, I wish Kanichi would kiss me or some shit? Imagine your mom seeing that.
Don't worry. We usually ask Xilonen to add the inscriptions for us. She has a unique method of engraving.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
With her method, the light must be at a certain angle in order to see the text. Without the right angle of lighting, the Blaze Gem inscription will just look like a pretty stone.
That's true. In the end, a Blaze Gem inscription is essentially just a piece of rock. It doesn't have the power to grant people's wishes.
No?
Making wishes to it is like shouting into an echoing valley. The only one who will answer is yourself.
Like the echo, echo, echo. You're an idiot, you're an idiot. Yeah.
But
that's a meme.
Using it as a journal for your wishes is also fine. Carrying them with you and taking a look from time to time can be a good source of encouragement.
Yeah, like, I want to lose weight in big, bold text, even though you don't.
Well, as long as you don't suddenly change your mind and want to take your wishes back, that is. These things are extremely durable. It would take a lot of effort to change the words. And I don't think anyone would willingly work with it either. They're not cheap and very hard to get. If you ever lost it, you'd just be filled with regret. Still, it's really strange. Given Auntie's skill, how could it take so long for her to make one? Oh, well, I hope someone didn't give her an idea of making fewer and selling for more.
I know just the person who would do that.
It's true. Chevin would totally have put that in her ear. Still, I don't think it's such a bad thing for Trassolia to make some money by selling these. At least she and little Nichka are better off now. And won't have to worry about the cost of treating her illness anymore. I was really worried about their family at first, and was even planning to send them some... Huh? What was I planning to send to Nichka again? This memory of mine.
Alright, if you stay at me for any longer, I'm afraid even the inscription won't be able to save your memory. You should, go back. Yeah, get some rest.
Watch it turn out that her stone is eating her memories.
Right. Right. Please give my regards to Xilonen and Nechka.
Oh my god.
What's going on? Maybe I should go talk to Aaron to get some medicine.
So you'll be going to Nechka's birthday party too, Xilonen? Oh, perfect! Let's go together!
Oh, yeah, sure, but I didn't expect you to know Xilonen too. She hasn't been coming to the tribe much lately, so how did you get a chance to talk with her?
I think I stumbled upon her house to explain your encounter with her.
Oh, so that's how you met her. She even wants to use volcanic crystal as a forging material. Huh? I guess she's really pulling out all the stops for her daughter.
We also wanted to get her a gift, but we have no idea what she'd like.
Then let's just go and ask. Come on, I want to give her the book anyway.
Huh? Wait a second. Her birthday gift's supposed to be a surprise. If we ask Nechka, then she'll know what gift we'll be giving her. And that will ruin the surprise.
But if you don't ask her, then how do you know what kind of present she would like? Here's another idea. Perhaps you can also give her a storybook based on what she wrote in her letter. That might be a good option.
Easy enough, I have loads of those in my bag.
But shouldn't we give it a little more thought? If we all give her books, it might seem like we didn't put much effort into it. Xilonen, have you really never asked her what she would like the most? There must be something else she'd like besides books.
Unfortunately, no. Nechka's illness has kept clearing up over the past few years. Apparently, she couldn't do anything during that time other than rest in bed. She didn't even have the strength to talk to anyone. It wasn't until recently that she started to recover from her illness and regained strength to write letters to others. Anyway, there's no need to overthink it. Worst case scenario, I can split the book into 2 volumes and we can each give her one.
Let's just go ask her. Great.
Yeah, even though it would ruin the surprise, we could at least get her something that would make her happy.
Alpaca.
Anyway, could you tell us a bit more about the book that you're getting her? Is it really that unpopular?
Well, it's a little difficult to explain. You see, there are actually 2 versions of To Kill the Brave. The premise of the book is pretty straightforward. It's basically about a set of twin brothers working to defeat a demon lord. But after defeating the demon lord, the older brother to kill discovers that the king spirit has possessed his younger brother Remak. In the ending of the original story, the older brother kills his younger brother to defeat the demon lord before jumping into a volcano.
Oh, what am I looking at? Oh, God. Okay, this tale comes from the desolate, distant past. In those days, the mountains' teeth were still barred like blades against the men and beasts, thirsting for the souls of the feeble-minded, human and non-human alike. People knew that the god of the mountains loved them not and was to be given a wide berth. Yet, they were forced to seek shelter in caverns from the storms screaming throughout the wilds. Oh, this is long. That's what she said! All to pass one long night. Stop using that word. After the next, but these caverns, like the mountains, extracted payment from these vagrants. Countless were the tribes who lost kin to the wastes through which they stumbled blind. Valiant Tikil, whatever, and his kind-hearted brother Ramak were born to one such tribe. At the hour of their birth there's that word again, troubling night reigned inside and outside the caves, and though the campfires around which the tribe's people sat flickered, can't read, so standing up, none were comforted by their light. The people thought, this fire shall soon go out, and once it does, we too shall be finished. How long will this night last? I'm cold and hungry too. Let's hurry things up then. Quickly let me walk into the night, better than this torment. Oh, you poor child. You poor child. Yet Tikal and Ramak did not announce themselves with sorrowful cries as other children did. Instead, Tikal, I think it's Quill, stared into the cavern depths. The minions of the cavern did their best to frighten him, but his gaze swept over them keen as a sharp stone spur. He has seen us, our sharp claws and there's our word again, long teeth, but he is not afraid. The wicked creatures whispered amongst themselves anxiously and involuntarily retracted said appendages. Ramak, for his part, waved his hand and laughed, and his laughter was like pebbles tumbling in a stream, drawing the eyes of all the distressed tribespeople to his face. Only then did they notice that through the flame wavered, it had never ceased to burn, and with another wave of his hand, Ramak patted the firewood next to him. Flee the fame, the elderly chief thus reminded by the newborn boy, shouted his words aloud, repelling the fear that had been about to swallow the tribe whole. People stood and fueled the fire, and they drew their obsidian blades, casting their eyes into the cavern depths as just as Tikal did, or had. The beasts of the cavern were filled with rage and hate, but they knew that these people would not loosen their grip on their weapons, nor would their eyes be shut. Terror had already fled, and so death was forced to retreat. Only when the sun rose again did the brothers close their eyes, falling asleep in their mother's, I was going to say in their mother's bosom, though. Thus did the tribespeople depart the cave, having lived another day. These people who had rejected fear would live countless days more. Yet the defeat of her evil underlings caught the eye of their master. How do you even say that? Colicule? I'm just saying it how it looks like it would be. It's probably said different than that. Yeah. We'll just say cola. So, she was defeated by Coca-Cola. I'm gonna make myself fucking choke. Oh my god. That killed me. For this Lord of Demons, who claimed to be the mother of the underworld and mistress of 10,000 times 10,000 caves, whose fangs were the rocky stalactites, whose tongue with every blast of wet frigid wind, who would upon awakening could only be satiated by the devouring 10,000 living souls, Tikal and Ramak were the first humans to slip her grasp. Shamefaced, this Earth Mother waved her hand, lashing the evil beast cowering to the side with the rock. Go redeem your humiliating failure. Capture those dim-witted mortals and fill my stomach, really. But having seen their fears vanquished, the people remembered well the methods of scattering those terrors time after time. They settled at the foot of the mountain, sharpening wood stakes, lit fires, and gave the sharpest blades to their best warriors, with which they would stand guard behind the stakes. Their bright eyes pierced for the wilderness beyond the firelight and did not shift their gazes away for even a moment. By the blade and fire did the whatever her name would be, minions taste defeat time after time, until they could do nothing but huddle in the dark, daring not to draw near the flame. The fires in the hearts of the people ignited, and they began to speak of victory, of light, and of the end of the Viper. They believed Tikal and Ramak, these two brothers, could surely keep the heat and light alive. Tikal and Ramak thought the same, and so they sharpened their spears and blades, preparing to drive the demon lord of that evil serpent to her doom. But the Earth Mother, who hated this tribe, did not relent. She took sludge from the deepest parts of the cave and pinched it into a snake. Then she plucked out her eye, setting it into the serpent's eye socket. It was that can't read. It was that child who caused you to witness the fire, and so let me go and swallow his eyes. One evening, when the sun had just set, night's veil was slowly covering the sky, and the stars had yet to begin granting their light. The serpent bit and slew a rabbit beyond the tribe's bounds and burrowed into its skin, lying flat on the ground. Ramak, returning from gathering herbs, came upon this rabbit, and seeing its wound, the kind child put his torch down without hesitation. By reaching for his herbs, he chewed on them, preparing to apply them to the rabbit, but the snake, speaking for the Earth Mother, leaped from the wound, hissing laughter. Ignorant, foolish human, sacrificing yourself for a lowly rabbit. Before Ramak could retrieve his torch, the Earth Mother's serpent lashed its fang first onto his neck, then burrowing into his body, capturing his heart and soul both. The defenseless sentries were the next to be murdered by the Earth Mother, for for they greeted Ramak just as they had always did when he returned from gathering herbs, only to be pierced through the heart by the serpent, dying on the spot. The entire tribe's fires were put out, and amidst the shroud of darkness, death and terror were resurgent. The Earth Mother spat the snake out, and through poisonous fangs she cried out, "Behold, behold, you arrogant fools, and kneel as you should in dust." What is she, a howl now? The sound of a rock being struck cut her off, for Tekil, who had been sharpening his obsidian blade, used it to create sparks that set his tent alight. He raised his blade and charged forward, letting fly his blade at the Earth Mother's messenger. The blazing edge cleaved the poisonous serpent molded from soil with ease. But as Tekil was about to follow through, he saw his brother's eyes and the blood staining his brother's hands. That instant was all but the time the wounded viper needed to escape. The night fully charred, it was still, the Earth Mother's eyes reduced almost to ashes. This tribe was destroyed, and never again was there a chance it would dare defy her. Thus did the Earth Mother comfort herself as she retreated to the darkness. Tekil wished to call out Ramak's name, but the burning dust caught in his throat, and so he could only watch as his brother vanished into the night. When the night at last passed, Tekil, who stood amidst the ruins, knew that the surviving tribespeople could no longer stay. Burying his confusion and pain deep in his heart, he led them on a new journey. They crossed mountains and canyons, dodging fearsome beasts and poisonous insects. Tekil did not close his eyes for so long as they journeyed, nor did he dare loosen the grip on his blade or torch. Finally, by a silent volcano, they found a tribe willing to take them in. Only after he saw the last of his tribe peacefully fall into slumber under the old shaman's care did he relax and collapse to the earth. When he awoke, he found himself in a blazing cave. The lava that surrounded him undulated with an erratic pulse, as if the very mountain was slowly breathing. When he stood up, the lava boiled and bubbled, and a rumbling came from all directions. "Do not search for your brother. His eyes have been devoured by a cunning serpent. But I must save him and pursue the venomous snake also." His words echoed across the cave, but the goddess of mountains and fire was silent. Tekil thus prayed unto her, "Let my brother's name live on. I am willing to sacrifice my heart and blood in return." The goddess answered him in the echoing cave. Thus she said, "Your prayer I heard, but your brother is no longer your kin. His name has sunken into the deepest of depths." Tekil raised his head and lifted up his wish to the goddess. "Turn my blood to fire, so my heart may illuminate the depths. I will bring my brother back before my blood runs dry. Turn my blood into fire, until my soul may sear and slay that serpent. I will take its head before my blood runs dry." When Tekil awoke once again, the old shaman of the tribe gave him a brand new sword, food, and water. Finally, the shaman clasped his shoulder and blessed him. "May your fire dry the venomous snake's venom." Thus did Tekil embark on another journey. His strength was endless, his body tireless, and his blood burned like lava. He crossed grassy fields and snowy peaks, deep valleys and high mountains, and the goddess of mountains and fire showed him the way with falling rocks and the cracks and cliffs. Thus did Tekil stride forward without hesitation. When he met his brother again, the Earth Mother mocked him once more, using Ramak's body and voice, but when her claws pierced Tekil's chest, he moved not, and instead her bones were melted by his burning blood. Tekil stared the vicious demon lord down and said in a loud voice, "My brother is gentle of heart. He would surely have made this land a better place. Yet you have affronted him with your poison, smothered his virtue, slaughtered those who had faith in his virtue. Die, you despicable venomous insect, die here." As he roared, Tekil's blood stained his obsidian blade, turning it red hot in an instant. The Earth Mother watched in terror as her shell, bones, and soul were sundered. She wished to scream to buy but a moment in which she could unleash her claws and tear Tekil to ribbons, but she could make no sound. For in the fire's light, the silent soul to whom this body once belonged awakened, and that soul cried out to his brother, "I do not wish to see your blood be reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit. Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will never have left." The blazing flames swept over every corner in that gloomy, frigid cavern, and every last poisonous insect within was slain, burned to ash alongside every plot and scheme, so heinous and vile. As the last drop of his blood was about to burn away, the roof of the cave above Tekil's head trembled. A fissure opened, and a gem fell down and stopped up his wound. I don't know if you should have used that. It should be closed up his wound. The goddess in mountains and fire spoke once more, and her voice echoed across the walls. You yet have one drop of blood. Return to your tribe, for this is your brother's wish, and I will see it fulfilled. One night, the old shaman who had waited day after day beyond the tribe's bounds stood to welcome the returning Tekel. But Tekel refused the water, food, and the cheers. Instead, he simply said, "The venomous snake is slain, and I am victorious." But I shall soon depart along with my brother. He took the gem from his chest, placed it upon a torch, and walked up to the silent volcano. I have but one drop of blood left, but it was not left for me, but rather for justice and fairness, for the good and the brave. Use it and light a fire, a flame that shall never be extinguished. Having said that, valiant Tekel leapt into the dead volcano. The earth was shaken by his heart and blood, and the volcano's own heart resumed beating. The blazing lava once more began to flow. The volcano lives, as does the bravery of all the tribes.
I remember there was one line that was super popular at the time. If I still remember right, after being possessed by the goddess Kualikwe,
Told you.
said,
Yeah, I told you that's how it was said differently.
I do not wish to see your blood be reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit. Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will never have left.
Yeah. So what about the other versions of the story?
The other version was released only recently. The author heard a suggestion from someone and suddenly decided to try and make a stake in the fairy tale market, so the story was revised. In the revised version, the brothers killed the demon lord together and both survived. According to the author, this gave the story a happy ever after kind of ending. However, the revised version was not well received. After a month on market, it had hardly sold any copies, and the books were collecting dust on the store shelves. The store owners desperately tried to get rid of the book, and have resorted to all sorts of promotions and discounts to sell it. Even now, the only edition of To Kill the Brave you can find on the market is the newer one, whereas the older edition is nearly impossible to find.
I like how these things hanging from whatever that is kind of remind me of Kenichi's earrings.
Anyway, I couldn't bring myself to give such a poorly rated book to Nichika, so I spent a few days looking and managed to find a few copies of the old edition in the warehouse. I picked out a copy that looked relatively new and wrapped it up as a present for Nichika. If you're interested, I can give you this extra copy to read. The pages are pretty old though, so please be gentle with it.
Touch it and it just crumbles.
Oh, and here's a copy of the newer edition too. They gave me a free copy when I went to buy some chocolate.
So that's how they're trying to sell off the book. Could it really be that bad? Even Paimon's curious now.
That's 2 more for the collection. You can read them with me. You can read them to me while we're on the road, Paimon.
Okay, but you'll have to carry Paimon for a while. Once Paimon starts reading it herself, she'll read it out for you.
Let's get going. Celeste only lives pretty far from the tribe, so it'll take us some time to get there.
Feel like I'm losing my mind. That took me forever to read. I was like, oh god, this is long. Yeah, look at the things up there. And then hold on. Can you get up here? Look at his earrings. Huh? 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 Very similar. What the shit? Why are they like that? Well. What am I at? What the fuck was that? Yeah. They're like, do you want a 5-star? How bad do you want that 5-star? I don't know. It's kind of like, whatever. I haven't put a whole lot into her banner. I put like 12 into hers and didn't get nothing. If I do get her, it's probably going to take me a long time. I think when I got Kenichi, I had to put in quite a few. Not like a whole lot, but when did I get him? Shit. 9/19/24. Last month. but I don't know how many wishes I put in. I think it was like 45. Might have been 50. Ah, please. Oh god, I was hoping he was gonna catch it. Because the area I'm going to, I can't reach normally. Yeah, so I finished the main story, Archon quest. So I'm gonna try to do this, and then I think I'm gonna have to take a break for a while, because I have a shit ton of videos to upload now, and I really need a break. I just wanted to get this done while I could. No, he has a long way to go. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get up there. Yeah, the way I'm sitting is really hurting my ribs. Ugh. Like, I need to lay down. Like, I'm not like in super pain, but underneath my left ribs it hurts quite a bit. I don't think it's my bra that's making me hurt like that, but it probably is, because I'm kind of sitting slouched over. The strap's pulling across my ribs. And I think that's what's causing me to hurt. I could just take it off, but the pain's already there. It's not going to get rid of it by removing it. I'm not like wow endowed, but I kind of am, and I think me slouching over with the weight from my chest, it pushes on my ribs. You probably think that's absurd, but no, if I actually grab my breasts and lift them up off my chest, I can actually feel weight lifting off my back, and like the general weight on my upper body, I actually feel it lift. By me picking up my breasts and lifting it, I feel like a huge weight. It gets lifted off my ribs, because that's where they kind of sit at. I meant to catch him! I'm sorry, what the fuck? It was an accident! I promise. I didn't mean to kill you. I wouldn't. I really like you a lot. I wouldn't do that to you, I promise. He's staring at me like, what the fuck? I meant to catch him. I don't know what happened. Ah, I meant to catch you. I meant to catch you, I promise. Son of a bitch.
Go on now, Yandu. Nechka is still resting.
I hit the button. I swear I hit it. Good bullshit. 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 Uh-oh. Hello. Huh? What? What? Huh?
Oh, what a surprise. And even Xilonen is here too.
We came to visit Neshka.
It's been a while since I've seen you, Auntie. I received Nechka's letter. She wanted a copy of To Kill the Brave, right? Well, I've brought the book for her.
I just noticed they have the same ears.
There are several editions of the book in that land, and I wasn't sure which version she'd prefer. I asked a messenger from the Scions of the Canopy. It seems this softcover edition is one of the most popular options, so I brought it for Nechka.
You haven't changed a bit, Xilonen. Let's go inside. I was just boiling some chocolate, so you can all try some. Xilonen used to love drinking chocolate. When she was little,
Look at her
she
hiding.
would always have several cups every time she came to visit me. You were already a big girl by the time I finally had my Nechka. Alright, for now let's... Oh.
There's that memory problem.
Auntie, let's go inside. Traveler, please help me get her into the house.
Okay, sure.
Oh, I have a help too! Be good, Yandu, and don't get in the way!
He's like, just bullshit.
All right, let's get indoors. Watch your step, Auntie.
She's gonna pass out. I didn't mean to drop him. Oh, that's such bullshit. Such bullshit. Ah, you don't know how many times they've died by accident because of that. Kazuha and Hazel and even Skara. I've dropped all of them. Like, I hit the X button to bring out the wing glider and it just doesn't do it sometimes. That was one of those times.
Sorry. Nechka's illness has been flaring up recently, so I was up for a few nights. I suddenly started to feel dizzy in the sun. I hope I didn't scare you.
She's a vampire. My vampirism is taking hold.
I'll fetch you a few cups of chocolate. Please wait a moment.
Oh, I've already brought them over. This cup's for you, Auntie. And these are for you, too.
Sweet.
Chocolate? What does it taste like? I once heard that it could be pretty bitter. Traveler, could you give it a try first?
Are you being rude to someone in somebody else's house that is offering you fucking a drink? You are ridiculous, Paimon.
Oh, don't worry. Auntie always adds a lot of sugar. It won't be bitter.
She adds like half the bag. He's bouncing off the
The
walls
last time you came to visit,
with all that
you were
sugar.
still just a kid. But now you're a pillar of the children of Echoes. No, of all Natline even.
The way she said the word children, what was that? Titty.
Oh, well, it's all thanks to the drinks I had here and the books I happened to read.
You've been close for some time then.
We heard that you two are from the same tribe. But Paimon had no idea you were so close.
When I was little, my parents were always talking about how skilled Auntie was at forging ancient names and how she was a good role model for the rest of us.
You know what's weird about that? They said that people who forge ancient names have to die in order to do so. So how is it she's still alive then?
The moment I became idle at home, they would toss me into Auntie's workshop to watch and learn.
Then I'll have your parents go back, boil you a pot of chocolate, and let you play in the house.
Yeah, and then I would drink and listen to you banging away with your tools in the workshop. But eventually, she moved out of the tribe to find some more space, and I didn't have the chance to visit again after that.
She has more space for her workshop. I like how they left it out.
But why did you seem so familiar with the place when you went to the kitchen for the drinks just now?
Because the layout of this place is identical to her old house. Let me see. Yeah, that should be Nichka's bedroom then.
That's right. I remember you used to hunker down in the room to read and draw, but you're all grown up now. Even if you wanted to live here, I'm afraid you've already outgrown Nichka's bed.
Xilonen seems just like an older sister. Two seem like family.
That's how Nichka sees Xilonen too. Whenever she's feeling better, she always asks me when her pen pal sister will be coming to visit.
Well, yeah, I'm here now, and even brought a gift as an apology. I'll leave the book here.
You said Nichka asked you for the book? I hope it wasn't too much trouble to get. Really, I'm surprised that she even asked you for a present. When she's at home, she'd even ask me for permission to eat some snacks. Maybe I've been too strict with her. She's obviously starting to like her big sister more than her own mother.
Oh, really? Well, I'd say I really haven't done enough to deserve the title of Big Sister.
Lady, why do you have weird fireflies around your house? What is that?
Yeah, I wasn't able to help her when she was sick, and I didn't even come and visit her that many times. Well, the only thing I have been able to do is to help her find some books.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Xilonen. You have great responsibilities as the name engraver of the tribe. We both know you are far too busy to take care of her. The responsibilities on your shoulders also became far heavier when I gave up on my work.
You just had more important things to tend to, Auntie. No one on the tribe blames you. We all know that Nichka needs her mother's care.
But that doesn't change the fact that I gave up on my work. And even now, I still have not found the courage to pick up my hammer again. I'm sorry to leave you to shoulder all the responsibilities alone, Xilonen.
Oh.
Oh, why so somber all of a sudden? Don't be so sad, everyone. Hasn't Nichka gotten better lately?
Oh, relax, Auntie. I can handle the work. But once Nichka is back on her feet, you should get back to work and let me have a vacation. You'll be the one who's busy then, and I'll be sitting at the side drinking chocolate and cheering you on.
If that day really comes, you can have as much chocolate as you like.
So how did she get sick?
If you asked me before, I wouldn't have even been able to talk about it. But now that she's gradually recovering, I've also gained some courage to face what happened back then. Nichka's illness actually originates from the Abyss. That night, I was in the tribe, having a discussion over the forging of new ancient names. Before we could finish our discussion, the alarm started to ring outside. A horde of monsters from the abyss suddenly attacked the tribe, so everyone banded together to fight them off. I joined the fray as well, and it wasn't until the monsters were repelled that I got back home with some guards from the tribe. But Nachka was gone. I can't remember how long I spent searching for her. Maybe for 2 or 3 days. In the end, we found Nachka at the bottom of a short cliff. She was holding a dried up embercore flower in her hand, and there were traces of abyssal corruption around her wounds. I know. It was all my fault. Before the incident, Nachka had asked if I could forge an ancient name for her. Work was busy at the time, so I told her that if she could find an embercore flower, I would use it as material to forge her an ancient name. Oh, Nachka, my daughter, my Nachka. I was holding her in my arms, but no matter how many times I called her name, she wouldn't open her eyes and look at me. I was the one who decided to move my workshop to the outskirts of our tribe for work, and I was the one who left her home alone. Oh, my daughter, my Nachka. Why do you have to suffer like this?
Whoa, hey! It's okay, right? Nature's getting better. She already has the strength to write letters now, doesn't she? Well, Xilonen has even brought her a gift.
Sorry. I just can't control myself whenever I remember that time. Alright. It's not every day that we get guests. I really shouldn't be crying like this. I asked someone to buy some ingredients for me. So, why don't you stay for dinner tonight? I'll make some shrimp bisque, grilled fish and mint sauce, and tower tacos.
Well, that sounds like a lot to make, and we don't want you to tire yourself out.
Thank you both, but don't worry. It's just a few dishes. I'll be fine. You three just need to make sure everything gets eaten up. I can't eat a lot at this age.
Oh my god, my freaking rib is hurting bad.
Oh, we haven't had anything to eat yet, so don't worry. We'll make sure there are no leftovers.
An entire fish. I don't really like seafoods. I'm not gonna say that. I think fish are adorable creatures. I think it's bad to eat them. Kind of seems messed up, but I guess that's just the way the world is.
It just occurred to me that Xilonen likes to eat cheesy crab hot pot.
Oh my
Why
god.
don't I make that instead of the grilled fish and mint sauce? I remember you don't like picking out fish bones.
She's a cat.
Both are fine with me. I've learned to just chew up the fish bones now.
Ugh.
Oh, come on now. If you don't want to pick out the bones, I can just take them out for you. Anyway, for dessert, would you like a cup of green fruit or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Cup of grapefruit.
Chocolate.
How about a cup of green fruit mixed with chocolate?
She wants the best of both worlds, and she wants it now.
Okay, got it. I'll go start cooking, but could you do me a favor in the meantime? I ordered a bunch of ingredients, and they should be here any minute now. Would you go check by the door and see if they were already here? If so, please bring them in. Come on, Xilonen. Stop lying around. You shouldn't nap before dinner. It'll ruin your appetite.
Hey, I'm not a kid anymore, you know. You don't have to worry about my appetite.
That's beside the point. If you don't watch out for your health while you're still young, then when you get older, you'll...
Alright. I'm getting up.
She's like, oh my god.
We'll go check on the ingredients for Xilonen. It isn't far, so it shouldn't take us long.
That kid.
I can't believe I dropped him. What the fuck? I tried to catch him. Really, I did. I hit the button and everything. Oh my god. That's the first time I've ever gotten him killed stupidly like that. It just... Oh. It's kind of funny when you do that to Kazuha and he's like, never again. Ugh. Hold on. Yeah.
Never again.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Woo!
I thought we'd see someone come flying down on a Yucca sword as soon as we came out.
A messenger from the Scions of the Canopy wouldn't be flying here. They usually come climbing down the cliffs nearby.
Please don't let it be who I think it will be.
No need to look. There isn't anyone on the cliffs.
So, should we keep walking? Maybe the delivery person got lost. Yeah.
I just saw a ghost.
What the?
Hey, you there? Sorry, but does Xilonen live around here?
Oh, are you the one who's supposed to deliver the ingredients?
I don't see any.
Ingredients? Are you kidding? I was nearly eating myself. Never mind that now. Those monsters are still hot on my heels. Please, you've got to help me.
Xilonen, where'd she go? Whoa, she's already gone up to fight the monsters! Let's go help her out!
Yeah, let's just stand here. What is that? Standing pose? What the fuck? Am I hurt? Yeah. I should have gotten that chest on the left. How have I not? That seems like a joke. I think I'm gonna try to get her. She seems interesting. Mainly because she can do this.
Bring it!
Her fighting style kind of reminds me of Naotora from Samurai Warriors, who I happen to like a lot, so... You fucking freak. God, her meter is building slow. No, you don't.
I got a corner.
Are you sure about this? Yeah, let go.
Follow the leaves. Adore my knight.
Okay.
Alright, that should be it for the monsters. Yeah, it was easier than I thought. Oh, it also seems we're in good luck. The goods weren't damaged either.
Strange, we didn't see any monsters on the way here.
You must have terrible luck. You didn't provoke them, did you?
Yeah, right. I use this road to deliver goods all the time. And I've never been attacked like this before. It's the main road in and out of the tribe, so people often come here to clear out any monsters. This area is usually very safe. I don't know what happened, but it seems like all the monsters around here have gone berserk. Even the docile Tepetlosaurs are in a frenzy. Tsosoli doesn't even forge ancient names anymore. So why can't she just move back to the tribe? If she comes back, Nachiko will even be able to find some playmates. She's so young and hasn't even, Nachiko's playmates. No, wait, I feel like my kids have played with her before. They've even told me about Nachiko's favorite game. If I remember right, it was strange. I always remembered it before. How could I forget all this?
Look at that! He has a blaze gem inscription too!
So luck shouldn't be the problem. Seems there's quite a market for those. Watch it be that it's like mind controlling them, because everybody who has one seems to be having memory problems.
You should go back to the tribe. It seems like you had quite the scare today. We'll take the ingredients back for you. I'll carry these bags, and you two can carry the rest.
If you say so. Thank you so much. I guess today's just a really bad day for me to go outside.
That's so weird. Why is everyone we run into today having trouble remembering stuff?
And they're all carrying those inscriptions.
I'm not sure how to say it, but she's got a strange feeling about this. Like it's all somehow related.
Once you live long enough, you'll eventually start experiencing strange days like this. Let's bring the ingredients back. Otherwise, we won't have anything to eat tonight.
That's depressing.